Hey guys, this is Gaming with Austin, and today, GWA Network. And today, we're on part 4 of SkyCastle. I get things mixed up sometimes, and that's okay. You know, if a famine ever was to strike, a lot of the diehard vegans would probably die unless they resort to cannibalism to survive. Like, especially if there's literally almost no food available. Now, at one point, I once considered staying on the carnivore diet for life. But I ended up changing my mind when I realized about the truth behind where your meat really comes from. The meat you consume. No, I'm not talking about man meat. I'm not talking about man meat. I'm talking about animal flesh. The proof that Jesus was never able to walk on water, you don't see like, if a human was to try to walk on water, they'd sink until they're buried to their neck in water. Before they even tried to walk on water, they'd sink. The surface tension of water is too low for animals, for a lot of animals, including us humans. It's too low for large animals to be able to walk on water. It only works on small animals, like insects. And one fact, if the bees die, we're all screwed. And humans are not the only ones that'll suffer. Without our bees, the whole ecosystem collapses as a whole. You know, eating too much of anything can cause you to gain weight. No matter what it is you're eating. This is because... But sometimes weight gain can be a good thing. Especially in the winter. When it gets colder. Where you have to try to stay warm. Like the famines that happened during Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution, or during the Holodomor under Stalin. People had no choice but to resort to cannibalism, as they couldn't even find meat, nor could they find vegetables, so they had no choice but to kill and eat people. This is what could happen if bees go extinct. Famine would spread all over the world. And the animals that survive have to resort to cannibalism. Ultimately, they would have to resort to cannibalism. Yes, this includes cattle. Your body naturally produces cholesterol. Yet for most people who are prone to heart disease, their bodies cannot, like atherosclerosis, their bodies cannot regulate cholesterol properly. If your body can't produce cholesterol, you have no choice but to source it in your diet or else you're gonna die, as all your cells would break down. Because humans only have animal cells. Plants can go without cholesterol, but some plants do need cholesterol in their cells. The economic crisis that is going on in Venezuela right now, as a result of the drop in oil price, drove people into resorting to killing their own pets. But they had no other choice. They had no other choice. Either kill their pets or starve. This is what could happen if climate change is left unchecked, and deserts just keep growing. People would have to resort to killing their own pets killing others' pets, or straight up killing and eating people. This is how people survived famines throughout the Cultural Revolution in China, as well as famines in the Ukraine, as well as the shitty living conditions inside the prison camps, like North Korea. Even chickens are known to resort to cannibalism if there's not enough food. This is what's going on in a lot of factory farms. Like, especially with egg-laying hens who are packed into battery cages. Like, the hens actually resort to killing and eating each other just to survive. Because they're not provided, oftentimes, they're provided very little food. So they have no choice but to resort to cannibalism. It's pretty sad. But they don't have a choice. In that scenario of a famine, it's either kill or die. Kill or starve to death. This is what it's like for lions and other obligate carnivores. This is why you don't put your cat on a vegan diet. Peter wants you to believe that cats can go vegan. Let me tell you, cats cannot go vegan. Nor can dogs can go vegan, but you gotta be very careful if you're gonna do that. But cats cannot go vegan. There was this case in Australia in which vegan pet owners almost killed their kitten by putting that kitten on a vegan diet. That kitten was ultimately healed with meat. That's what cats need. Cats need meat. We don't. And cats need meat in their diet. We humans don't. Unless we really have to. Technically, humans are more of herbivores instead of just bottom feeders. We are mostly herbivorous. The real paleo diet, the true paleo diet was actually higher in carbs than what the internet wants you to believe. Our curiosity is what keeps us alive. The only season... The reason why I encourage people to shop vegan you know, if insulin resistance starts, that leads to something called leptin resistance, which then fuels even more profound insulin resistance. And it creates a vicious cycle. This is why a lot of type 2 diabetics find it hard to lose weight. Because not only they're dealing with leptin resistance, but also insulin resistance. When referring to cannibalism, zombies are known to eat people in zombie films. They normally go for their brains. If you want to survive a zombie apocalypse, I would not advise eating the flesh of zombies, or else you could end up becoming a zombie. I know it's kind of gross. When it goes to famine, sometimes it can get so bad people have to resort to grave robbing just to harvest flesh for consumption. No matter how rotten it is. They have to risk it all just to survive. You know, a food shortage could cause a chain reaction that'll lead to the shortage of other resources, including housing. As well as water shortages. And with the hydropolitical conflicts, the ones that'll be the most affected by it are the landlocked countries. Landlocked countries are the ones that are going to be affected the most. Because they have to rely on other countries for their water. What would the world look like if everybody went vegan? The amount of land we wouldn't be using as much land. Because agriculture takes up a lot more land than housing. Especially animal agriculture. Takes up even more land than plant-based agriculture. If I ever owned a cat, I'm gonna feed my cat a raw meat diet. Because that's what cats are supposed to eat. They're not supposed to be eating kibble. because it doesn't have much nutrition to them. They need meat. And cats need meat. If you're considering putting your cat on a vegan diet, think again. Cats are obligate carnivores. Meaning, without meat, they will die from malnutrition. You know, beans are a good source of protein for people, and possibly even dogs. Because dogs are omnivores. The reason why so many eggs in America have salmonella, a lot of it's because of the horrible conditions that hens have to live in which they're denied adequate veterinary care. What does it take for, like, if I ever owned a dog, I'm probably gonna own a pit bull. Think about it, a pretty skinny guy owning a pretty big dog. Yes, dogs need a lot of protein. Dogs can get all the protein they need from plants too, just like we can. But cats can only go for animal protein. Protein derived from animal flesh. Whenever a cat is feral, you would never see a feral cat eat vegan cat food. This is because their bodies are not meant for that. Their bodies are meant to digest raw meat. With cats, But you know, even then though, it's not just cats that could face the risk of salmonella. Even the big cats can end up dying from foodborne illness if they eat a bad piece of meat. Unlike humans, cats need meat. How honey is made? Bees consume pollen, then they regurgitate it. Ugh. Regurgitating it and having the offspring eat the regurgitate. Yes. Meaning the contents that have been thrown up. It just looks disgusting. I get that we need to save the bees. Setting up bee hotels can do the trick, because that's what the Dutch has done. You know, it's debatable whether or not vegans can eat honey. It is debatable. If I ever become a beekeeper, I'm probably going to change the game for when it goes to honey production. When it goes to honey production. Like, I'm going to make it safe for the bees, too. Like, I'd save some for the bees. Because they kind of need the honey, too. And trying to get extremely lean is going to be pretty hard. This is because of some... Why is it so hard to get extremely lean? This is due to a trait found in all mammals called adaptive thermogenesis. The regurgitate would mean the contents are regurgitated back out. When I was still anorexic, sometimes I attempted to regurgitate excess food out, the so-called excess food out. And the factor behind my anorexia was a desire for me to get extremely lean. Because I felt I was just not lean enough for me. I was just not lean enough. I was just not lean enough. I felt I was just not lean enough. I wanted to get extremely lean. I was just not lean enough. And anyways, this should be it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video. Dislike if you disliked it. Subscribe for more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for more content like this. And as always, this is GWA Network signing out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. And don't forget, and if you want to, you can support me on Patreon if you'd like. As always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. And see y'all next time. Bye.